Ladies and gentlemen, we have to be grateful to the work of our brother Millard Arnold, who repatriated the works of Biko, and to the pleasure of us all, who repatriated himself back to Africa. Millard Arnold is a remarkable reader, a sharer of thoughts, an outstanding editor, and a great attorney. He caused the republication of Biko's articles written in the early 1970s. He also edited a pocket-sized book of quotations by Steve Biko titled No Fears Expressed. And as a cherry on top in his writing career, Millard Arnold published Biko's testimony in one of the great political trials that ever took place in South Africa in the 1970s. Writing in the testimony of Steve Biko, Millard Arnold writes, I quote, "No shot was ever fired, no bomb was ever detonated, no grenade tossed, no threats made, not even a stone was thrown, and yet 9 accused were on trial for terrorism. Their crime, supporting what the state called violent revolutionary change. For merely advocating change, 9 young men would be sentenced to 5 years imprisonment on South Africa's notorious Robben Island. For having the temerity to think, to have opinions, to envisage a more just and humane society. This was a trial about ideas, but as it unfolded, it became a trial of the entire philosophy of black consciousness and those who championed its cause. The longest terrorist trial in the history of South Africa, and yet no shot was ever fired, no bomb ever detonated, no grenade tossed, no threats made, not even a stone was thrown." Close quote. Millard Arnold is a dear brother and a proud patriot of this country. As he traces in his book the decision of the 9 accused leaders of the Black Consciousness Movement to invite Steve Biko as the #1 witness of the defense to provide the foundation, the background, the ethos and philosophy of Black consciousness, Millard reveals Biko's greatest contributions in the area of law. Before the appearance of Biko as a defense witness in the SASO BBC trial in Pretoria in the 70s, there have been great political trials and wonderful legal talent that served the prosecution of struggle from the belly of white South African courts. Even after Biko, the tradition of defending political activists and using accused box as a platform to make important political statements continued to feed the thirst for liberation. What is pleasing with Millard Arnold is that in addition to the popular Rivonia trial of 1956 to 1961 of Nelson Mandela and others, and the treason trial of 1964 and 1965, 63 and 64, Arnold brings to us the rarely mentioned, yet the most political trial of all, the SASO BBC trial, which was granted such a height and weight by the testimony of no other but Biko.